Time for another edition of the Hometown Football League. Today, Chicago travels to the Mile High City to take on the Denver Broncos. Game 13, week number 7, as you can see. And here we go, folks. 59 degrees, a slight wind at the Mile High City of Denver. Chicago will be run by the computer. I will run Denver. Sports Authority Field. No precipitation. Denver a 10-point favorite. Kyle Orton, who used to be the quarterback at Denver, and John Elway, your respective quarterbacks. George Halas meets Mike Shanahan. Denver in the home blue, Chicago in white. Upchurch, Drones, Little, your deep backs for Denver on the kickoff, and we'll get it started. And that is Gould, who put it away from the 35. The punt, not the punt, but the kickoff, goes to the 21. I'm sorry, folks. Return to 20 yards. And Buffon made the tackle on Upchurch at the 21. Now I got it straight. For Denver, Davis and Humphrey, your running backs. Smith and Taylor at wideout, Sharp at tight end, Elway at quarterback, Clady, Bishop, Nayland, Neal, and Lepsis will be your offensive line. In fact, I'm going to put him in a split backfield because Humphrey is not much of a blocker. For Chicago, Hampton, Dent, McMichael, Chambers, your front four. Fortunato, Singletary, and Marshall at linebacker, Lane, Tillman, Carrier, and Fensick at defensive backfield. Lane used to play for the Chicago Cardinals, so he is part of this all-Chicago team. The Bears are a combination of the pre-move to St. Louis Cardinals, the Chicago Cardinals, and the Chicago Bears. That's right, they got started in Chicago as the Cardinals before moving to St. Louis, where they shared the nickname with the baseball team, and then from there they moved to Arizona, and we just did Arizona and Pittsburgh earlier in the day, so I will not give away the score, but you might want to catch that game. Trap right, Terrell Davis on 1st and 10. And that give is for 2 yards. Dent bringing down Davis. Pitch to him on 2nd and 8, but we'll have a marker.
False start. Offense. Number 87, 5-yard penalty. Repeat, 2nd down.
They get Taylor for a false start. And that moves Denver back 5. Now a 2nd and 13 at the 18. They'll go to Rod Smith on a slant. Try to beat the zone, but that's incomplete. Does Denver have a better blocking back to choose from? Because this is going to be a killer against a good defense like Pittsburgh. Armstrong, Anderson maybe. Humphrey is just, actually he's the best of the bunch. He's a 2-1. Marshall, medium slant on 3rd and 13. Elway cannot thread the needle, and that's incomplete. 4th and 13, so Bob Scarpito back to punt. For the Broncos, they are punting with the wind. And a nice return here by Chicago, and we'll let you know who did it in a moment. That's going to be a touchdown. Devin Hester, I should have known. A 68-yard touchdown on a punt return, and it's 6-0 Bears. Point after try by Gould is golden, and it's 7-0 with 13:48 left in the opening quarter. Upchurch again back deep for Denver, and he will return this one. He is a return threat. So maybe Upchurch could
illegal block.
Bring one back
Receiving team
to counter Hester, but Miller called for an illegal block, and that moves Denver back to their own 7. Denver back to their I. Trap right, Davis. In the I formation, not getting it done. Dent does not give an inch. Weak spot on Chicago would be Tillman at one of the corners, and he is up against Taylor, so that's where we should go. Lionel Taylor, look for him on a medium cross on 2nd down. Instead, it's a dump to Humphrey, and Humphrey, 7 yards. Night Train Lane. His return is questionable, so things have just improved For Denver, Marshall Goldberg, who wears 99, will be one of the corners. And now Denver's split ends have a advantage here. Fly to Smith out of a short tight formation for for Chicago. Detroit, what am I thinking? Incomplete. But Night Train Lane now questionable the rest of the game. Scarpito back deep to punt again. They go to Hester, and Hester returns it 6 to the 40. The punt went 52, so the net is 46. Now we finally get to set the Chicago offense and the Denver defense for you. Payton and Kelliger at running back. Now these numbers on the right are their receiving numbers. Hill and Graham at wideout. Ditka at tight end. Connor, Fortman, Turner, Ramsey, and Covert, your offensive line. For Denver, the front four will be Price, Dumerville, Smith, and Jackson. Miller, Gradishar, and Mecklenburg will be your linebackers. Harris Jr., Wright, Atwater, Thompson, your defensive backs. See what Chicago does on 1st and 10. Trying to keep pace in that upper North
Holding
Division.
offense. Number 74, 10-yard penalty.
Well, they'll take the 10 here on Covert, and that'll make it 1st and 20 from the 30. This is Orton looking for Ditka, but not there. They bring Jim Keene in. He'll be a third wide receiver, and he will wear number 20. 2nd and 20 at the 30. Screen to Payton. 30, 40, out to the 44. He gains 14. Thompson makes the stop for Denver. 3rd and 6. Incomplete. That was intended for Ditka. Gradishar with the coverage. And on 4th and 6, the Bears will punt. And a bad punt that was. Brown punts it 31 yards. And it rolled out of bounds. They kicked it away from Rick Upchurch, realizing he could be a deep threat. And no return. So Denver taking over at their own 25. They trail 7-0 with 11:22 left in the opening quarter. Dive to Davis. But
False start. Offense. Number 82, 5-yard penalty. Repeat, 1st down.
they get Shannon Sharp for a false start, and that makes it 1st and 15. They'll go Humphrey on the screen pass. Incomplete. Denver out of the upper West Division. In that division with San Francisco, Seattle, and Kansas City. 2nd and 15 to Taylor, medium slant.
The previous play is under review.
And we'll reset it at a moment.
The ruling on the field stands.
Okay, it went to Sharp. Sharp fumbled. Carrier pounced on it. Actually, Carrier forced a fumble. Fortunato with the recovery. And Chicago again in business. 11:05 left in the opening quarter, which seems to have gone on a lot longer than it has. 1st and 10 at the Denver 25. To Walter Payton. Sweetness down inside the 10 to the 7. He had 183 last week against Minnesota in the win there. Now a 1st and goal at the 7. Payton's on the board. Touchdown. His 7th of the season. 13-0 Bears, about to be 14. Yes. Gould with the extra point. So the Broncos getting themselves in a hole like they did big time against the 49ers last week. They trail 14-0 now. 10-12 opening quarter. Here's Upchurch back deep. Denver needs something big to happen.
Illegal block. Receiving team.
Even this early in the game, and Gradishar called for an illegal block, and again, Denver backed up inside their own 10. Smith, medium cross. Blitz coming for Chicago. And that is complete. A gain of 20. And Denver should really think about throwing it a lot more here. Marshall, medium slant on 1st and 10. They have the wind advantage for the remainder of the quarter, and then they get it back in the 4th. Throw Elway that time to Marshall, Caroline, J.C. Caroline made the tackle for Chicago, and it's now a 1st and 10 at the 44. They'll go Davis, pitch right, try to take advantage of some opening running lanes, and Davis does exactly that and gets a first down on first down, a gain of 12. Ball is now at the Chicago 44. They'll go long to Smith, but a marker.
False start.
Abort
Offense,
those plans.
number 7, 5-yard penalty. Repeat, first down.
Elway with a head fake, and it's 1st and 15. Screen to Davis. And that's going to be complete. Davis is going to get the first down all the way to the 31. Now a 1st and 10 from there. And they will look to Taylor on a long slant and try to get the touchdown here. Incomplete. Goldberg on the coverage. He was profiled earlier. Hitch to Smith on 2nd and 10. Blitz coming, so we're going to change it to a medium slant to Smith. Incomplete. Now 3rd and 10. We'll go to Sharp on the medium cross. Instead of throw underneath to Smith, he gained 8, he needed 10. 4th and 2, and a 40-yard field goal try here for Brandon McManus. And he pushes it right, no good. So Denver, much like was the case against San Francisco in the initial part of that game, they can't do anything right here at home as they were at home against San Francisco. They trail 14-0 to the Bears. 1st and 10 at the 30. Orton with plenty of time. He dumps it to Payton, who gains a yard. Gradishar on the stop for Denver. 2nd and 9 at the 31. Quick throw to Ditka. He's got the first down for the Bears. Atwater makes the tackle for the Broncos. 1st and 10 at the 41. Screen. Payton. 6 yards. Gradishar on the stop for Denver. 2nd and 4 at the 47 now. Pitch to Payton. Can he turn the corner? Just barely. A yard. Mecklenburg. Not the county in North Carolina that Charlotte is in, but Carl at Mecklenburg pushes him out of bounds. 3rd and 3 at the 48. Over the middle. And that was intended for Hill, but that's incomplete. 4th and 3. Chicago will punt, and Denver will watch for the fake, which never materializes. A fair catch then for Denver. Actually returned 6 yards by Upchurch, and it moves it to the Denver 20. 1st and 10 from there. Taylor, medium fly on 1st and 10. Gain of 15. 15 yards. They'll go 3 wide, and they will go to Brandon Marshall on 1st and 10. Blitz coming, so they'll change that to a medium slant. Elway will run. First down and more. Past the 50 to the 46. He picked up 19. And you might see Elway throw it 50 times today. Medium fly to Marshall. On the 1st and 10, that's complete. Gain of 17. J.C. Caroline provided the coverage and the tackle. 1st and 10 at the Bear 29. Medium out, Lionel Taylor. And John Elway on fire. He gains 18 yards there. He being Taylor. Lionel Taylor. Goldberg knocks him out. So Night Train Lane not being in the game has made all the difference. They'll go to Shannon Sharp on a short crossing route. That's caught. A gain of 5, but it's going to come back.
Number 78, 10-yard penalty.
They get Clady for a hold. Screen to Davis on what should be the final play of the quarter. And he lost 2 yards, and Mike Singletary brought him down. End of the first quarter. Chicago 14, Denver 0. Here are the upcoming games. This is the second game I have done for Wednesday, September 2nd. I'm recording this on Saturday, can't remember a month to save my life right now. August 29th is the date I am recording this. So your next 3 games, or next 3 days I will be doing games, are as follows. St. Louis at Seattle at 7 p.m. and then that will be followed up by Indianapolis at Seattle. That's what I was thinking. And then on Friday, Las Vegas at Cleveland, our quote-unquote Monday night game. That will premiere. That will be first run will be a premiere on YouTube on the Big Paulie's World of Sports Sim channels. That will be 7 p.m. And then I will take off Labor Day and September 6th before that, my birthday. We will have our other weekend projects on Saturday, the 5th of September. And we come back 3 games and 3 games only on week number 8. And it'll start with Indianapolis at Jacksonville. And we will have that up at 7 p.m., Lord willing, and the creek doesn't rise. Anyway, let's get back to our game. If I can find it. 2nd and 22, the ball at the Chicago 23, and Denver has a little work to do to get a score here. Fly to Brandon Marshall. A dump instead to Shannon Sharp, who gains 8 yards. 3rd and 14, we have 14:53 left in the half. The half just getting started. Motion in a 4-wide set, so that brings Thomas in. And we will go to him. Caught and a touchdown. Thomas. And let's profile him because he just made a very nice catch in the end zone for a touchdown. That is Demarius Thomas. He's on the board, and it's 14-6. Point after try by McManus is McGood, and it's 14-7 with 14:05 left in the half. Hester, Sayers, and Senow back deep. Well, Sayers could return a kickoff or two for a touchdown as well, but not this time, as that goes for a touchback. Now, Chicago has the wind advantage to start this possession. 14:05 left in the second. 1st and 10, ball at the 20. Peyton, nothing there. Gradishar on the tackle for Denver. 2nd and 10 at the 20 now. To Kelliger. He loses a yard. Thompson drilled him. Setting up 3rd and 11 at the 19. A fumble. And Orton had to eat that one. Miller dumped it. Miller forced the fumble, but Orton recovered it. And it's now 4th and 18 at the 12. So Denver should get good field position here. And returned by Upchurch. Goes 10 yards. The punt went 46, so the net was 36 yards. Denver now only trailing 14-7. They have a 1st and 10 in Chicago territory at the 48. Medium hitch to Lionel Taylor as Elway is going to keep throwing. Trying to take advantage of the DB depth not being there for Chicago with Night Train Lane out. 17-yard gain there. Elway is now 13 for 19, 161 yards. And yes, he has thrown it 19 yards already in just about 18 and a half minutes of play. Medium out to Smith. Incomplete.
Personal foul. Defense. 15-yard penalty. Automatic. 1st down.
Dan Hampton called for the personal foul. 1st and 10. Screen to Davis. Elway just wants to stay hot. And Davis to the 10. Inside the 5. To the 2. And Chicago now in trouble again. They'll go Davis on the dive. Try to get the touchdown that way. But no mile-high salute on that play. Carrier makes the stop at the 1. A sneak by Elway on 2nd and goal. Pater, touchdown, Elway out of Stanford. who didn't want to play for the Baltimore Colts. And here's your point after try. That's good, and we are dead even at 14 all with 9:25 left in the half. Hester again back deep for Chicago, and that will be a touchback. So Orton, who once upon a time had a 14-0 lead, Denver has rallied back, and we are dead even. 9:25 left to go in the second. That's a throw and a catch to Graham. Harris Jr. on the stop for Denver. A gain of 12. First and 10 at the 32 now. This is Sweetness, Walter Payton, 2
Holding.
yards.
Offense. Number 74, 10-yard penalty.
But that'll come back. Covert called for a hold. First and 20 at the 22. Dumped to Ditka. A fumble. Recovered by Denver. We think. Yes, indeed. Harris recovered the fumble that Atwater stripped out. And Denver again in business. First and 10 at the Chicago 31. And I think Denver wants to go for the downs here. Long fly to Rod Smith. Elway will scramble instead and pick up 5. Fortunato on the tackle for the Bears. Davis. Trap right. Nothing there, no gain. They'll look for Shannon on the short crossing route on third down. And they find him. And Sharp inside the 15 to the 13. A pickup of 13. And it's first and 10. They will look for Marshall on a medium pass. Over the middle to Davis. That's a gain of 7. Elway now 16 of 22, 195 yards. And he wants to keep throwing it. Instead, it'll be a trap right to Davis. Second and 3 from the 6. We have a penalty marker down.
Holding. Offense. Number 62, 10-yard penalty.
Neal called for holding. And they will go medium cross to Shannon Sharp again. Elway will run. 10. Close to the first down at the 3. He's got it. Actually. They'll put Humphrey in. Dive play. Double tight end set. Touchdown, Denver. Who now have 20 unanswered points. Bobby Humphrey out of Alabama. And your point after try is 21-14 now with McManus putting it through. So, presto changeo. Denver with 3 unanswered touchdowns. And here's Hester back deep. Who already has a touchdown returning one today, but that's a touchback. Presently, the Bears have a first and 10 at their own 20 with 4:22 left. To Kelliger, no gain. Gradishar corrals him. Second and 10, ball at the 20. 4:16 left in the half. Screen to Payton. Payton gains 7, and Thompson tackles him there at the 27. Third and 3. See what Orton can do. Denver will call a timeout, and we'll do it all over again. They have 2 timeouts left, and Chicago still with all 3. We have 2:45 left in the second. Payton's got the first down. He's got a lot more. 50 in the Denver territory at the 47. Gain of 26, and that gives Payton 5 carries for 52 yards today. And Chicago calls time. They have 2 left. Timeouts, that is. First and 10 at the Denver 47. Orton back to throw. He's looking and finding Mike Ditka, who gains 27. And the Bears will not call timeout here. They have 2:20 left. They'll try to get a playoff before the 2-minute warning. Ditka, touchdown. And we have a shootout in Denver. 5 plays, 80 yards, 2:28 off the clock. And Gould puts it through. 21-21 with a minute 54 left. Upchurch back deep for Denver as we cross the 2-minute warning. And Upchurch will return it. He's 2 yards deep in his end zone, or will be in a moment. Upchurch to the 20, past the 30, out to the 34. So Elway will go back to work. He's 16-22, 195 yards and a touchdown to Sharp over the middle on 1st and 10. Penalty.
Pass interference, defense. Number 25, automatic, first down.
That Caroline was not sweet. Pass interference. And it's 1st and 10 now at the Broncos' own 41. They'll screen it to Davis. Or attempt to. Elway was flushed out of the pocket, but he still got it to him. Gain of 16. And there's a minute 21 left. And Denver will use timeout number 2 and keep that last one in abeyance, probably to the last few seconds of the half. Fly to Lionel Taylor. Blitz coming, so they're going to change it to a medium slant to Taylor. Not afraid to go over the middle here. And Taylor, 20, 10. He's got a touchdown. Oh! Lionel Taylor. And that's the first of him today. And it's 27-21. Your point after try makes it 28. With a minute 6 to go in the half. And Chicago could still score here. But not on that play. A touchback on the kickoff. Hester takes a knee. 1st and 10 at the 20. Peyton. Gain of 8. Bears still have 2 timeouts left, and they will not use one here. 57 seconds left to go. 2nd and 2. Peyton. Gain of 7.
Offsides, defense.
Which will stand.
Number 58, 5-yard penalty.
They get Doomerville for offsides, and it's now 1st and 10 at the 35. 41 seconds left. Kelliger, gain of a yard. And Chicago uses a timeout. They have 1 left. 33 seconds left. 2nd and 9 at the 36. Walter Payton picks up 6. And Chicago uses their last timeout. 3rd and 3 at the 42. Screen to Payton, and that's incomplete. 8 seconds left. I'm going for the block. Brown. And we'll just let that roll, and we'll go to halftime. And it rolled to the 12, and we are indeed at halftime. Denver 28 and Chicago at 21. And every weekend I do a little something called the OOTP Perfect Team Series, where my Universal Pioneers take the field in the very vast perfect team universe that is out there in OOTP baseball. And every weekend, most likely on Sunday, I give them a look and make a few changes, and I show you everything I do. So that's every weekend, usually on Sunday, but occasionally on Saturday, as will be the case this coming weekend, on the Big Polly's World of Sports Sims channel. Back to the game. 28-21, a shootout here in Denver has emerged. Denver getting all 28 points in the 4th quarter. 4 touchdowns in a span of, 12 minutes and 11 seconds. And then, actually, no, I take that back. The span was 12 minutes and 59 seconds because I'm forgetting that Chicago got the 4th touchdown of the quarter. For Denver, 310 yards of total offense, and Elway has 254 of that. 18-24, 254, 2 touchdowns. Chicago at 172. Chicago has run 24 plays, and Denver has run 34. Hester back deep for the Bears, and he's always a threat to return one, but not in this mile-high air, even with the Bears having the wind advantage. 1st and 10, ball to 20. That is to Peyton. Peyton gains 7. Bill Duell comes in the game as a second tight end. Let's take a look at him real fast. Tight end, defensive end, played back in those 40s teams. 2nd and 3, ball to 27. looking for Hill, but that's incomplete. Setting up a 3rd and 3 at the 27. Peyton on the catch. He gains 11. Gradishar on the stop for Denver. 1st and 10, ball to 38. Peyton on the draw, and he's got a first down. Pickup of 11. So back-to-back first downs for the Bears. 1st and 10 now at the 49. They got 51 more yards to go. Peyton crosses into Denver territory. A pickup of 9 at Water. Makes the stop for Denver. 6th play of the drive for Chicago. They go to Peyton again. Can he turn the corner? No, he cannot. Loses 4.
Offense. Number 21, 10-yard penalty.
We'll take the penalty there. Make it 2nd and 11. Ball to 48. Over the middle, quick hitter to Ditka, but that's incomplete. Thompson provided coverage for Denver. 3rd and 11 now. They get it to Hill, but he only gains 4. They needed 11. 4th and 7 at the 48. I'll set up for the return. Don't think they'll fake it here. They just want to keep it from
Offside.
Upchurch.
Defense. 5-yard penalty.
Now Price is called for offsides. Chicago will punt again. Now I will watch for the fake punt. And they go for it. Short. Brown ran with it. We'll profile Brown real fast. If I can find him. That's Ed Brown, who played quarterback and punter. And he gets trapped for a loss. He was short by a few inches. He actually gained 2 yards. He was short by a few inches. So Denver takes over. 10:50 left. 3rd quarter, they lead 28-21. Smith on a hitch. And they are just killing Chicago on the short, the medium range passes. A gain of 18 there. Tillman on the tackle. Marshall, slant. This Marshall also had a plan. A gain of 14. And Goldberg makes the stop for Chicago. Elway red hot, 20-26. 286 on the day. He's closing in on 300. Screen to Davis. First down, a gain of 11. Fortunato on the stop for the Bears, and that moves it to the Chicago 16. They'll look for a medium hitch to Sharp. Sacked by Fortunato as he came in and lowered the boom on Elway. One of those hits you don't see coming until it's too late. And it's now 2nd and 20. Screen to Davis. And Davis has it. 20 to the 15, down to the 13. And now Davis has 6 catches, 64 yards, and Elway now goes over 300. 22 of 28 on the day. Sharp, cross. Elway will scramble, and he's got the first down, and he's got a touchdown. That is his 2nd touchdown today, rushing the ball. And he also has 2 throwing. So a dual threat there for the Bronx. Point after is good by McManus, and it's 35-21. And we have 6:46 left in the 3rd. Hester again back deep, and another touchback for Denver's kickoff team. Doing a fine job. 1st and 10, ball to 20. Peyton, loss of a yard. And this is where Chicago might be in a bit of trouble, as their pass offense is not all that great. Bunch of 7s in the lineup. 2nd and 11, ball to 19. Screen over the middle, slant over the middle, and that was to Hill, who picks up 12 in the first down. Orton, 13 and 19, 140 yards and a touchdown. Ball to 31. Pitch to Walter Payton. Can he turn the corner? Yes, he can. Pick up a 13, and he's got 105 yards rushing today. We'll look at Payton real quick. game logs, and this is the 5th game where he's gone over 100. He had 183 in a winning effort last week against Minnesota. 24-17 the score there. First and 10, ball to 44. Throw and a catch to Mike Ditka, a gain of 12. First and 10, ball to 44. To Graham, who gains 8. And Harris Jr. makes the stop for the Broncos. Now a 2nd and 2 at the 36. Peyton again. 7 more yards. Finding holes in that Denver defense. First and 10, ball to 29. It's just a matter of if Chicago could stay patient enough to exploit those holes. A screen to Peyton, who gains 6. And that makes it 2nd and 4 at the 23. And Orton is now up to 166 yards, 16 out of 22, and a touchdown. Quick hitter, looking for Graham. That's incomplete. 3rd and 4 to 23. Peyton's going to be short. No gain. He needed 4. And Gould will come on and try to make it an 11-point game. The kick will be from 40 yards out. Pushed it right. No good. And with 38 seconds left in the 3rd quarter, Marshall, medium fly. Blitz coming, so we'll change the Marshall play to a medium slant. Incomplete. Well covered. Goldberg on the coverage. And with 31 seconds left, they'll screen it to Davis. He's made a lot of catches today. And here's another one. His 8th catch of the day, but he loses 3 yards. And that'll end the 3rd quarter. 35-21, Denver. I bet you didn't know that we have a blog that we keep all of our games and videos on, kind of a companion blog to what we do on YouTube. Not we, me. The Big Polly World of Sports Sims blog. That's what the acronym is, BPWOSS. And that's the URL down here at the bottom, Big Polly's World of Sports Sims.wordpress.com. And I will put up a compendium every day of videos that I do when I do videos. So, like for instance, you could look back on what I did on August 24th, and it will say today's videos, 8/24/2020, and it will show you the videos I did on that date. So it's a good site if you ever lose track of me on YouTube to keep track of what I am doing on a daily basis on YouTube. And I also put up the Digital to Dice podcast that Dave Gardner and Uncle Ron Juckett do, because I'm a big fan of that. And that podcast right now, I know there are APBA enthusiasts who do similar podcasts, but I think Digital to Dice, if you're a sports gamer like I am, I think it's the best podcast out there. And I put it up. They don't ask me to put it up. I just put it up, the YouTube stream of it. Each and every time it comes out. So that's the address of the Big Polly's World of Sports Sims blog. So if you want to follow us another way, you most certainly can. Meanwhile, we will get back to the game. Heading home to the 4th quarter. Denver with a 35-21 lead, and I think they're going to keep throwing the ball with the wind advantage. Denver has 366 yards of total offense. Elway's already over 300 on the day. Chicago at 273. Taylor slant on 3rd and 13, which was a bad call on my part because he only gained 5 yards, and Tillman lowered the boom on him. 4th and 8. Scarpito will come on to punt. And he's already given up 1 return to Hester. A fumble. Oh, wait a minute. Something happened here. Ball is out, was recovered by Hampton on the punt return team. The punt return went 11, and all that animation just says 1st and 10 at the Chicago 33, Chicago ball. We have Matt Forte in at running back, and we have a 4th wide receiver, which I believe is Willie Galt. World-class Willie. 1st and 10 at the 33. Incomplete, looking for Graham.
Pass interference, defense. Number 25, automatic, 1st down.
Harris Jr. called for pass interference. First and 10, ball the 45. A marker.
False start. Offense. Number 74, 5-yard penalty. Repeat, first down.
They get covert for the false start. Now first and 15 at the 40. That's a 4-yard gain for Forte. And now second and 11 at the 44. Screen over the middle. Gain of 12. That's Orton to Hill. Wright makes the stop. And now first and 10 at the 44 of Denver. Orton going long, but instead he goes underneath the Forte.
Offense.
But that's coming back.
Number 21, 10-yard penalty.
Fortman called for holding, and it's first and 20. Ball the 46 of Chicago. So they're on the minus side of the field. Now they're back on the plus side as Orton goes to Hill for 13. Orton now 18 of 25, 191 yards and a touch. For second and 7. I keep saying it's third. Close to the first down is Galt. Gain of 6, so they're going to be 1 yard short. Third and a yard at the 35. That's Forte, who gains 8. First and 10 at the Denver 27. Denver trying to make a game of it. Forte stuffed at the line. In fact, he loses a yard. Jonathan Price on the stop. Second and 11, a marker down.
Neutral zone infraction. Defense. Number 90, 5-yard penalty. Repeat, second down.
They get Price for the neutral zone infraction. Not trying to go that fast, folks. I'm sorry. Second and 6 at the 23. You could always pause the action and just get yourself caught up if you need to. Orton to Hill. I'm sorry, that's
Tripping.
to Keene.
Defense. Number 97, automatic, first down.
Jackson for the trip. And now Chicago has it at the Denver 8. Touchdown. That is to Galt. And we have a game again, folks. It's 35-27. Gould puts it through. 35-28 with 9:26 left. And we have Upchurch back deep for the Broncos, and that's going to be down as it was 7 yards deep in the end zone. Gould kicked that off with some authority there. We'll go Humphrey off tackle left, which we're actually going to change to a long fly to Taylor. Chicago was playing tight. Gain of 5. Elway to Humphrey. That was Elway's 32nd pass of the game. 25 completions, 317 yards. Cross to Smith on second and 5. That's good. And that's a gain of 9. Night Train Lane back in the game. So the Bears have to be careful. The Broncos have to be careful who they throw it to here. Short pass, Davis on first and 10. Try to get it to him in the flat, but it's incomplete. They'll go Smith on a slant. And it's going to be close to the first, a gain of 9. Elway at a season high in terms of passing yards at 335. Third and a yard. Davis, dive play. Chicago was in tight, just short of the first down. Denver will challenge.
Upon further review, the runner reached the first down marker. First down. No timeout will be charged.
And that's a first down. First and 10 at the 44. They'll go back to the base set. They'll look for the long pass to Taylor. That's incomplete, well covered. And it's second and 10 at the 44 with 6:56 left. Screen to Davis. That's incomplete. Third and 10. Seems like a much different Bear defense with Night Train in there, quarter Night Train Lane. Medium out, Brandon Marshall. Sack, fumble, recovered by Chicago. Mike Singletary. Richard Dent knocked it out, and Singletary pounced on it. And now, Chicago with brand new life They have it at Denver's 35, first and 10. Peyton, gain of 5. Peyton on the day, 117 yards, rushing on 15 carries. He also has 7 catches for 52, so he's had a very good day. Second and 5 at the 30. That went to Peyton, who gained 7, and Gradishar made his 10th tackle of the day. First and 10 at the Bronco 23. Forte back in, and he gains 5. Dumerville on the stop, or Dumerville, for Denver. 5:07 left. It's now second and 15 at the 18. Forte has a first down. He gains 6. Wright on the stop for Denver. Louis Wright, first and 10 at the 12 now. Forte, close to the goal, downed at the 3. O'Neal on the stop, gain of 9. And Forte, who has been in here just for the fourth quarter alone, has 6 carries for 31 yards. 3:58 left. Now a second and 1 at the 3. Touchdown Forte. And the Bears are a point away from a tie. Point after try is good. 35-35 with 3:37 left in regulation. Here's Upchurch, actually taken by one of his upbacks. That's a return by Little to the 25. So Elway took advantage of the weaknesses in the Chicago pass defense. Can't rely on that now. Lionel Taylor, medium fly on first and 10. They're going to keep trying, though. That's caught. And a gain of 8. Taylor's at 106 yards receiving today. He goes over 100, and we will check if that is his first time over 100 today, or 100 for the season on 100-yard game. No, he had 129 against San Francisco last week. San Francisco put in a lot of second stringers on defense in the latter stages of the game, and that allowed Denver to catch up dramatically. They only lost 48-35, but it was a blowout for most of the game. Medium out to Taylor, second and 2. Elway scrambles, past the 40, out to the 45-yard line, a gain of 12. 2:29 left. They'll get a play in before the 2-minute warning, and it will be a screen to Davis. Davis picks up 5. And that is his 9th catch, a season high for him on the day. And we'll go to the 2-minute warning. Dead even, 35-35. Man in motion for this play. It'll be a short pass to Taylor. And Chicago is playing tight, so we're going to change it to an isolate man with Sterling Sharp. And Sharp's got it. Gain of 10. Each team has all 3 of their timeouts left. Elway will go no huddle here. Screen to Davis. Looking for his 10th catch on the day, and he's got it. Gain of 9. He's got 88 yards receiving the ball today. Only 16 rushing. And the Broncos are going to use a timeout with 1:29 to go. Field goal odds are already at 56%, but they want to get closer. Smith, short slant. Again, the Bears play in tight, which is a mistake. I'll go to a zone seam pass here. And that's good. Gain of 11 for Marshall. And Elway, his 32nd completion of the day on 42 passes. He has 378 on the day. He also has 2 touchdowns and 2 touchdowns rushing. No huddle. To Sharp. Short out. You don't want to leave the Bears too much time. That's an incomplete pass. That stops it with 1:05 to go. Off tackle right, Davis. To chew up some clock, and that's a gain of 5. And with 2 timeouts, the Broncos are going to milk the clock down to 17 seconds. And they're going to run a safe play and run Elway on a dive. Gain of 3. And the Broncos will use their last timeout. They'll kick a field goal with 3 seconds to go. McManus is going to come on. He's 71%. But a 29-yarder should be makeable here for him. 71.3 for the win. It's good. And Denver wins it. The final 38-35. Chicago falls to 2-5 on the year. And Denver goes to 4-2. They have already played their bye week, so they will be playing next week when most of the teams will be off. I think you got to give Elway Player of the Game honors. Even though Orton was higher rated, Elway had 2 touchdowns rushing the ball, so he was a very pivotal part of Denver's win today. See the scoring summary there. 28 points in the second quarter alone for Chicago of their 38. Team stats. They had 450 yards. Chicago had 356. Denver was in the red zone 8 times, but only got 5 scores off of it. Chicago was perfect, 4 for 4 and 4 touchdowns. Time of possession, I could see it here, was just about dead even. First downs, 28-22. Chicago trailed. Denver had the most first downs. Denver only ran it 15 times. They threw it 43 times, trying to exploit what the injury to Night Train Lane for most of the game. Chicago ran it 55 times, and Chicago had 55 plays, ran it 26 times. 18 penalties in the game, so it was a little sloppy. But your final 38-35 in favor of Denver. Denver now moves to 4-2 in the Upper West. Half game behind Kansas City and a full game right now behind San Francisco. Remember, San Francisco and Kansas City will have byes next week. Denver and Seattle already have used theirs. Chicago, on the other hand, they go to 2-5 in the Upper North. Only 1 game behind Detroit, but 3 behind division leading Minnesota and Green Bay. And your next 3 days of games: San Francisco hosting St. Louis, Indianapolis at Seattle. That'll be tomorrow if you are seeing this on Wednesday the 2nd. Las Vegas at Cleveland on the 4th, Friday, and that'll be a YouTube premiere at 7 and then available on demand afterwards. Then we come back on Tuesday. 3 games on week 8, Indianapolis at Jacksonville being the first. This has been Big Paulie coming to you. We wish you well no matter where you are, no matter where you may be, whenever you see this and wherever you see this. Godspeed, God bless. Take care of each other, and we'll do it again soon. Bye-bye for now, everybody.